Good morning to one and all. Myself, A. Ramanjanailu. Today I am going to explain a new topic, that is bending stresses or flexural stresses. The flexural stresses is also called as bending stresses. Okay. Before going to start, let us know about what is bending stress. Okay. When a beam is subjected to shear force or loads, due to the loads, shear force and bending moment will occur. Due to this applied loads, that is transverse loads acting on the beam, some deformation in the beam will occur. Okay, the resistance offered to the beam is less than the applied force. Due to that applied force, what happened? Some stresses in the beam will occur, that is the resistance force per unit area is less compared to the applied force. Due to that, stresses will be developed in the beam. The stresses is known as bending stresses. Okay. Next, coming to pure bending. Pure bending means if a length of the beam is subject to a constant bending moment and there is no shear force acting on the beam, then the stresses will be developed in that length of the beam due to bending moment only, and that length of the beam is said to be in pure bending or simple bending. It is also called as simple bending. The stresses set up in that length of the beam are known as bending stresses or flexural stresses. Okay. Now I taken one example. Regarding the flexural stresses. Here observe, it is the overhang beam. Okay, with two supports A and B. Okay, in between A and B, the length of the beam is L, and left side having some length, that is A, and right end having some overhang beam with length A. Okay, that is left and right side of the overhang portion is same. Next, this overhang beam is subjected to 2 point loads. Okay, equal point loads at both ends of the beam, that is left end and right end of the beam. Okay, due to this point loads, some deformation will occur. Okay, the resistance offered to that deformation or applied load is known as bending stress. It can be said that, suppose due to these applied loads, we drawn shear force diagram. Okay, here the load and end point D, it is the shear force at point B, and from A to B the shear force is 0. Okay, due to this, in between A and B the bending moment value is constant, so that a simply supported beam, it is overhang beam, subjected to at point A and B and having overhang beams same length at each support as shown in figure. It is the overhang beam. A point load W is acting applied at each end of the beam overhang portion. The shear force and bending moment for the beam are drawn as shown in figure. Okay, this means that between A and B the beam is subject to constant bending moment only. This condition of the beam between A and B is known as pure bending or simple bending. Okay, pure bending or simple bending. Next, assumptions followed during the calculating of bending stresses in the beam. That means the material of the beam is homogeneous and isotropic. That means homogeneous means the material is of the beam is same kind throughout the length of the beam. Okay. Next, isotropic means the elastic properties in all directions are equal, like elastic modulus, bulk modulus, stiffness. All these properties are same throughout the length of the beam at any point. Okay. Next, the value of Young's modulus of elasticity is same in tension and both compression. Okay, the value of Young's modulus is same during compression and tension. It is one of the assumption during the calculation of bending stresses. Next, the transverse sections which were plane before bending and remain plane after bending. Transverse sections means the shape of the top of that is perpendicular to the axis. Okay, that is plane, that is without having any holes or grooves, any shape. It is plane before and after bending. Okay, it is the one of the assumption. Next, the beam is initially straight and all the longitudinal filaments bend into circular arcs with common radius. Whenever it is subjected to the bending, what happened? It will get turned into one curved shape. That means it is having with center. Based on that center, it will go into in arc shape. That is the radius of from center to the any point, any layer on the beam throughout the thickness is common. Okay. Next, the radius of the curvature is large compared with the dimensions of the cross section. Okay. Generally, it is more higher or larger than its dimensions of the cross section. Next, each layer of the beam is free to expand or contract independently of the layer above or below it. Okay, it is about assumptions should be followed before calculating the bending stresses. Okay, it is theory of before simple bending. Before calculation, we must know the theory behind the pure bending. Okay, it is the beam. We taken one small element in the throughout the length of the beam. Okay, it is before bending. This diagram is after bending. Okay, here in this diagram, observe the beam is subjected to bending moment. Due to the bending moment, it is having left side clockwise and right side anti-clockwise. Okay, we consider two elements, that is AB and CD. Okay, with length delta x. Okay, AB is section 1 and CD is section 1, having length delta x. Okay, and NN is the neutral axis. It is the, suppose for symmetrical object, it is the center midpoint of the throughout its thickness when it is subject to bending. Okay, A is shifted to A dash and C is shifted to C dash and B is shifted to B dash and D is shifted to BD dash. Observed here, AC is shortened. The length of the AC is, before bending, AC is equals to NN is equals to BB is equals to delta x. But after bending, what happened? The A dash and C dash filament is shortened and neutral axis N dash and N dash is not changed, remain constant. Next, B dash and D dash are changed. Okay, due to the application of bending moment. Okay, is known as, that means the length of the filament is going to increase from top layer to bottom side. Okay, here at neutral layer there is no change in length of the beam. Okay, that means here the bending stresses is 0. The top layer is going to shorten from neutral axis to above side. The decrease in length of the beam is going to increase from neutral layer to below the bottom layer. The increase in length of the beam layer is going to increase. Okay, it is about theory of simple bending. Okay, by using this we have to calculate the expression for bending stress in the beam. Okay, and after that we will calculate the section modulus for the beam. Okay, thanks for watching.